So my name is Clara Durodié'. I'm based in London. I'm an expert in applied artificial intelligence in financial services. Until 2014, I used to work in corporate asset and wealth management. I have experience in European asset and wealth management. In 2015, I moved into researching the intersection of artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and asset management, with a view to understand how episodic memory informs how we save and how we invest. And then I moved into trying to understand how we can build trust with AI in financial services. And ever since then, my work has been focused on deployment of ethical AI for business growth and profitability in financial services. For the past decade, half a decade, I have been working with board directors, C-suite, decision makers, regulators, as well as institutional investors, helping them understand how AI is transforming the structure and the nature of financial services. Go isho de kite koi desu. Incidentally, I have the reason for which I decided to commit to writing this book actually came to me during a trip. I was in Tokyo in December 2017, I believe. I think it was 2017. And I had a very inspiring conversation with a leading expert from Japan. And he simply echoed what I had heard many times from our clients, that AI is complex, and everything I know and the experience of translating all of that technology into business impact, I should put in a book. So board directors, decision makers can always refer back to that book as a guiding material in how they make the decisions going forward. The book is a practical guide to the core, the foundational AI knowledge any business decision maker would need to have in order to make informed decisions about their business strategy going forward. And it's very practical. I designed it with myself in mind. When I used to work as an executive in asset and wealth management, I thought, what would I need to read without bearing myself? Because time is very limited for any executive. What would I need to read so that I know the basic practical information in order to make informed decisions regarding product design, regarding investments in this technology, products which we would like to bring in, technology which we want to deploy in our client engagement. So that's all it is about it. It's a very practical, hands-on guide to what would decision maker need to know in order to start their journey. So I wrote this book with board directors and C-suite executives in mind. It's at the end, for instance, at the end of each chapter, I have included a set of key sample of questions which they would need to ask in order to commence a conversation with their innovation or technology teams. It's also a book for people who would like to better understand how this technology impacts our industry. So it's open to any financial services practitioner, really. But at its core, I wrote this book for those who aspire to progress their career, to join the C-suite and the board, or they are already in the C-suite or the board of financial institutions. Over the past half a decade, we have enough data to indicate that those who adopt AI, they see an increased revenue stream for their company. And it's documented that the use of AI brings a lot of benefits in terms of scaling, personalization, and quality of service to clients. So there are a lot of benefits. There are also a lot of risks. And in my book, I've taken the reader through a lot of insights, considerations regarding the governance of this technology and what decision makers would need to be aware of. We have risks regarding the use of the tech, privacy concerns, quality of certain technology algorithms as they're used. It's not a perfect technology, but it doesn't mean that we don't have to use it or we shouldn't use it. On the contrary, we need to understand its limitations, and in order to be able to use it mindfully, I would say. I think everything what we had seen before COVID-19 in terms of interest in digital transformation, adoption of AI, all of those trends have been accelerated at a speed at which none of us would have been able to predict, even in February 2020. So the speed of change has been accelerated because there is a proof that we cannot move forward unless we use this technology to deploy services in digital space to our clients. So all of those trends have been accelerated post-COVID-19. I'm very excited and deeply honored and humbled to have been invited to have my book translated into Japanese and make it ready to for the Japanese executives to read it and be informed. The book has a very in-depth analysis of various trends which I had summarized, trends which I had seen in North America, Europe, and I do hope that the book will be found useful and practical. This is the feedback I have received from non-Japanese speaking jurisdictions. So I'm very excited and very honored to have my book made available to the Japanese readers. お招きいただきありがとうございます。